better. Petty, petty don't matter. Far as that teller-tatter, I pray to God they rat-a-tatter. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now a better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been in prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. Say, what you talking that funky, dip about my face, wearing that monkey.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Tonight.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the...
There he goes, left side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Denver. Give him 42 yards on the ground. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A quick throw complete to Washington. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. From the 17, Allen. And Davis with it left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bills at 6 and 2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back. And
looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They begin the drive with Williams. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Lance. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is going to lose yardage here. That second down play nets a -4. Ninth play of the drive coming up. It's certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the... Now a hit and a loose football. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Phillips now from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Phillips now from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 80 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On first down, Lance finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Meanwhile, Lance's throw caught here by Dulcich. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Lance looking to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go, here we go.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Working from the gun, Lance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The 30. 10. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's Allen. And he's got his tight end knocks for a Bills touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there, shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Now Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down.
Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And Lance now to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the option, running left is Lance. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Come on, set. And cycle. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. From 13 yards out. And the Broncos are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Ross, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. One play, very long pass play that ended in the end zone.
And you know every offensive unit, when that happens, they want to come running back out and recreate it. We know the chances of that are slim because now the defense is on high alert. But at the same time, that confidence should carry over into the start of their next drive.
On second down, Cook. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 45 yards. And the Bills have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
105 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Williams. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Williams. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at the 20. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo 1st down. Operating from the gun. Allen firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Allen going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. John Ross, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 121 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Again, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Oh, the option to give to Williams here. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Same connection, Dulcich once again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And that is incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Again, it's Lance. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Phillips now from the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Allen now looks to throw. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Allen. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things, but ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Run the ball. Ready?
They run it again with Williams. Shoves him aside. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the sack on 1st down, Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
McManus now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real Jersey. It's the first half and we done dropped 30. We just underscoring them, boy, man. I told my boys, it ain't no limits.